Thank you for stopping by to listen to my dad, Larry Witcher, otherwise known as the Professor of Useless Knowledge. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, let's bring the professor in here. Come on in, Larry.
Come on in, Julio.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
The weekend was just plain terrific. Everything worked out real good. Nice weekend.
That's great.
Met a little old boy named Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And his daddy said, well, ask the professor.
Yeah.
He wanted to know, why did we make pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns on Halloween?
Yeah.
How did we come up with that? Now, originally, pumpkins wasn't carved for Halloween, Julio. They used big turnips.
Yeah.
But we didn't have no turnips that big when the immigrants from Ireland and Scotland came over here.
Mm-hmm.
But they found the pumpkin, and it was just right.
What about that?
But the story of how the pumpkin got involved was on kind of a man who was kind of stingy, an old prankster that nobody didn't have a whole lot to do with.
Yeah.
His name was Jack. They nicknamed him Stingy Jack because he always tricked folks into doing things. Well, the devil was after old Jack. The devil come to get Jack. This is an Irish myth, a folklore from Ireland. And old Stingy Jack told the devil, said, well, I'll go with you, but let's have one last drink before you take me. So they go into the bar, they go into the place to get the drink, and of course Stingy Jack, being true to his name, didn't want to pay for the drink. So he talked the devil into turning himself into a coin. The devil turned himself into a coin and said, then I'll pay for the drink with you, then you turn yourself back into the devil when we get through drinking the drink. Well, he talked the devil into doing that, and old Jack said, well, I'll just keep the money, put it in his pocket beside of a silver coin with a cross on it. And that kept the old devil from turning himself back into the devil.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it because of the silver coin with the cross on it. So when he promised Jack he'd leave him alone for a year, Jack freed him again. So then a year goes by, here the devil is come to get Jack again. He said, well, I need one last piece of fruit. Said, I can't reach it up in the tree. If you'll climb the tree and get me that piece of fruit, then I'll go with you. Well, the devil climbs a tree, and again Jack tricks him. He carves a cross in the tree trunk with the bark of the tree trunk, and the devil couldn't come down until he promised Jack that he would leave him alone for 10 years. So shortly after that, old Jack dies. Well, he couldn't go to heaven. God wouldn't let him into heaven because of how he lived here on earth. The devil had promised not to touch him for 10 years, and he wouldn't let him in down at hell. So he told Jack to go, and he gave him a coal off the fire to light his way through the night. Jack put it into a carved turnip, and that's the way he lights himself. So the story goes that over in Ireland and Scotland, they would always carve these turnips and light them and set them out near the door to keep the other evil spirits and keep old Stingy Jack from invading them. So that's how we got the jack-o'-lantern into the United States, was from the immigrants from Ireland and Scotland.
How about that?
Our turnips was too little, as I said, to carve, so the pumpkin they found was just perfect. So that's how the pumpkin got into Halloween.
How about that? Interesting story there, yeah.
Now, don't nobody tell me to prove any of that. But that's how we got one of our things that we do on Halloween, carving a pumpkin on kind of Stingy Jack.
Yeah. Stingy Jack, okay. I think everybody's known a Stingy Jack from time to time.
and they don't teach stuff like that in school anymore.
No. Those are the kind of stories you used to love to hear when you were a kid and you had somebody tell you some of those things.
Well, that goes out to old Billy this morning, and I hope he's a-smiling right now on the way to school.
Okay, all right.
Okay, then.
See y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
See you in the morning.
Larry, have a good day, and
sure
we'll
do.
talk to you tomorrow. Okay. There he goes. That's a professor of useless knowledge, Larry Witcher.